What's going on, guys? Play-by-play game here, back with another Epic 7 video, and today we're trying out Rhianna in RTA. We're bringing him in on the same type of build as the video before, 267 speed, 263 crit damage on RNL today. Last time we had him on Alexa's Basket, trying to proc the Gab, but we're trying to proc the extra turns on this episode of RTA memes. But you know, it kind of worked. We went quite a few tries, quite a few games before we got some that actually worked. So this is more of a, I guess, like a meme artifact. I don't think it's best in slot for him. It's nice that we can get him to go fast. So for the most part, he can outspeed, I guess, the rest, like bruiser units, other somewhat speedy units, even at 267 speed. You know, most of the people that we were trying to go up against, of course, we're climbing, so we're not super high right now. You know, I think that the highest that we've gotten in the past, not necessarily with Rand, just in the past, I think it's probably like champion. And you know, you meet all kinds of players on the way up. In this fight, you know, we're bringing in Rand because we're doing some tests. It is very difficult to try to get Rand to fit into the comp if you're not going straight up cleave, or if you don't have like an insane amount of speed to follow up right after. This fight though, we were going up against a D-Gen Arby, and you know, I think that's one of his biggest weaknesses is a unit that can counterattack your skills. Just because he's insanely squishy, he doesn't have a lot of damage mitigation except for that skill null that he does get. So he gets one free hit in with a counter, and you'll see later on that you know, right now it's Violet meta, so everyone is picking Violet, everyone has Violet built, and so that evasion, the counter, you know, being able to sustain is very difficult, especially with a unit that can miss unless we're running him on you know, the symbol of unity, which is that Guild War artifact that increases his hit chance. I think that if we were going to try to build him some type of bruiserish way, we would definitely have to throw that on there so that he can land on evasion units, and so he can land on grass units, right? Because that's gonna be the biggest deal for him to stay alive. But in this one, you know, D-Gen RB kind of puts in work on the opposing team. We only win because we brought in Kitty Clarissa on that one. But we're proccing RNL. We're proccing RNL, and anytime that you have a unit that has extra turns, you always want to test out RNL because you never know when they might get infinite turns, right? Because if you've ever seen Biken, I think of course it probably works better on Biken because of her extra turn. It's kind of simple, right? So we're going here with the S2, even though we're unbuffable. We didn't even go first in this one, but we proc RNL. So we're able to go with the S3, and then we'll get one more turn after that because we proc the RNL. So we'll go here with the S1, and we're actually able to take out one unit and proc RNL one more time, and then take out another unit, but we didn't proc RNL this time. It would have been insane if we procced RNL. There's a limit, right? There's a limit. I haven't used RNL too much. You know, I've tried it a couple of times. There has to be a limit. I think it's like 7 or something. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. But you know, that's one potential way to use him, is just have him proc infinite RNLs. As you saw there, S2 into S3 RNL, go with the S1 RNL, and into the S1 again. If we would have procced RNL there, so we procced RNL right here with the S2, we're going to go with the S3 again. And he's just, even though he's not going to do insane amounts of damage, he's able to follow himself up after he does the defense breaks, the strips, all that good stuff. And he pretty much single-handedly took out the rest of the team, which is kind of insane. On the next one here, we should have potentially lost this one, but hey, we're memeing with RNL today, so we're going with the S2 here. Politis goes, and the showcase was Politis doesn't do anything against him or the opposing team, because he's ice, and he has the 2-turn immunity. So we go with the S3 here, able to proc RNL, and then we're going to be able to take out the strays. Big Daddy strays there. So we're able to follow up and nuke out one unit. Now, this should have been GG, but the other player is still pretty tanky and bringing in damage units. My Violet does not dodge at all this game. Of course, going up against fire, going up against this Landy here, I don't think he dodges either here. It's crit on, and then the Luna is going to just pretty much destroy everybody else. We don't have any other kind of damage mitigation. Dual attack procking there because, you know, we procced RNL a bunch of times, so the RNG has to even it, right? This Luna, 11k, misses on the Violet, but he just gets destroyed. And so right now it's just Senya versus the world. And the great thing about her is every time she gets attacked, the enemy unit just blows up. They just blow up, and it's hilarious to see that Luna destroyed by Senya's passive. Now it's Senya versus Landy, and this one again, I thought we were done for sure, but you know, 2k damage from the splashback right here. Landy just destroys her, instantly destroys. She got just Thanos snapped out of existence, which is pretty hilarious. As you can see there, climbing up, not super high. But on the next one here, you know, we're going with the S2 again. You know, I was thinking, you know, is there a time where you wouldn't S2? Potentially if you have Selene on the opposing side. Now, I didn't see too many people picking Selene into rank, right? So in the S3 here, we're able to RNL and go with the S1. Now, this one here is where the free-to-play status hurts because we don't have him at plus 15. If we would have had plus 15, the S1 would have had max skill ups, and this F10A would have been dead, right? She would have been gone. All of our other units wouldn't have been debuffed, and it would have been GG. But since we didn't have any skill ups on that S1, when we follow the RNL proc, we can't do enough damage, even on a defense break, which is kind of sad. It's kind of sad, but hey, that's the gear we got, and you know, that's the reason why we brought T-Surin, because, you know, just in case that Kara decides to try to burn everybody, you know, we got some follow-up damage. Violet just sitting there, just being Violet, dodging everything. He's getting that immunity first turn, which is really nice. Of course, this is not a Senya showcase, but Ran, he's pretty much done after he goes once, right? So he doesn't necessarily need to do anything else on the field. I think that with him, if you're bringing him in, if you don't win after he goes, then you lose, right? Then it's over. This one was funny because he was trying to speed contest me there at the end and just picked tons of speed towards the end. This one does not work with the CC area because we have immunity. We're able to go first, put up that 2-turn immunity. Politis doesn't strip, so no bombs land. Here the counters pushes everybody up, and I think he just notices that it's GG. But RNL for the win. This one here, we couldn't bring in our Ran, and so we said, hey, you know what? Let's get destroyed by a Ran on defense. And so as you can see here, he's gonna go first, strip everybody, because why not, right? And then the AOL goes, which is an insane combination. It just completely neutralizes anything that I can do on the opposing side, and it's a feels bad. We're almost able to outspeed here, but we're just slow enough. I think we were like at 99% on that CR. If we would have been able to outspeed with the ML Kawazu, we could have taken out the AOL, and we should have been fine. This one here, we're going up against evasion units, and so our only hope is to hit the Violet on this one. And so we're gonna go with the S3 here. Attack buff, you know, I think is very decent. We hit the Violet, able to land on everyone, and no matter who this Violet goes on, we win, right? Because we're gonna follow up here. That Tomoka, I forget who she goes on. I think she goes on Ran. And like I mentioned, after he goes with the S3, it's pretty much GG. We got Azure Comet though on our G perk, so we're able to cut the OpSig and cleave with the Purges. After that, it's S3 here for the win, and that's going to be pretty much a GG for that one. It feels nice when it works, but there were plenty of times that it didn't work and we just got destroyed. I think this is another one where we just get destroyed because we're going up against Carrot, we're going up against T-Cern, we're going up against Violet, and the S3 I think doesn't land on anyone. All right. Yeah, so Carrot cleanses, Violet counters, evasion here, and T-Cern just nukes everybody. And that's what I mentioned. If you don't have enough speed to follow up after he goes, then you're pretty much dead, right? He's turn 1 for a reason. On this one here, it's pretty much the exact same thing. So we're trying to go up against grass units, which is not a good idea, especially because he is an ice thief. But we're going anyway. Let's see if we can get anything on this one. I don't think we proc any R on Nels here, but we miss on the Basar and the Violet. And so you see here that Violet gets a free hit in, but we don't take any damage. But then Arby comes back and just nukes everybody out. So we have no survivability on our side. So after that, the damage is just insane. It's just 3 versus 4. So we really can't do much there because Violet just one-manned us in that fight. This next one here, we're bringing in our Ran with a couple of other bruises because we want to be able to deal decent amount of damage from the follow. And so the good thing here is that we are able to outspeed just a little bit. And we hit the Violet again, the Riolet. So Riolet has not been dodging All Might on this one. We put up skill null, so I think there is a way that you can play him bruiserish if you provide a lot of support around him and give him some type of sustain, right? So we're able to clutch that one out after that. Defense breaks, if you can follow up on the defense breaks, it's pretty much GG, guaranteed to win. Again, if you can follow up, so you need to have speed, you need to have a lot of damage. If any of those things are lacking after he goes, you're going to be in a bad spot. You're going to be in a bad spot, especially if they bring anti-cleave units. They bring units that are faster than you. After he goes, it doesn't matter because he's not going to one-shot anything on the opposing side if they're tanky enough. But here's his build. Let me know your thoughts about RNL in the comment section below. Have you tried him out? What's your go-to artifact right now? How are you liking him in RTA, in Arena, in GVG? Let me know in the comment section below. Like always, if you happen to enjoy the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.